Alright, well, back to this chopping board that we're looking at before. I wanted to do the inlay in here in resin, but I wanted to colour it. So I've never done coloured, well, I've done red before, but I've done that with the food colour. This one here, whatever that says, it says black, I know that much, but I don't know whatever this says. It's off Wish. It's supposedly coloration for this resin, so I've put what I call 2 mixes of resin in here. So the normal little blue cups that I do, there's 2 of them in this pot here, so there's 6 of the hardener and 10 of the resin in there, mils, which makes up the 2 mixes, because we normally do a 5 and 3. And what I've done here, which you can see, is I've put about 10 drops of this little stuff in there just to see how dark it goes, and it's gone pretty black. I'm quite happy with how that's gone. It's got a more of a bluey, if you know what sambuca looks like, the licorice sambuca. It's got that sort of coloration to it, so it's more of a dark blue. But hey, we can only but try and see what happens with it. So I've been stirring it for quite a while now. That's why I thought I'd start the video now, because it takes a bit of stirring time in here, roughly about 2 minutes of it. And I've been talking for about 2 minutes anyway, so what I'm going to attempt to do is pour it into the fatter part of the groove and let it just run its way through. Hopefully it'll follow the pattern all the way through without spilling over the edges. So I was hoping one mix might do it, but I think that might be a bit deeper than what I've got here, so I might have to do 2 batches of it. But I'll try and get it to cover over most of it, and then the next batch can go on top if I need one. If it does spill over, I can always sand it down anyway, so see how it goes. Well, I think I've been mixing it for long enough now, so the moment of truth really. Might just try a little drop in there. Yeah, I think hopefully that's going to turn out quite nice. Now the drama is if I spill it everywhere. So I need to find something. I wanted to put something over there. I might just drop that as I had it before. Like that. Oh, back. I might actually put a bit of tape. Doesn't get stuck all over me. Be nice. I'll just put that along that edge there, where I'm going to be pouring it. So if I do happen to drip any on the edge there, it's just going to sit on that, hopefully. Alright, I don't know how well these little cups pour. Quite nicely really. I'll just hold fire for a minute there because it's running a bit slower than what I thought it would do. Oh, that looks absolutely brilliant. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that, I'm really happy with that. And try and get it to come down through there. Without going over the edges. Would be ever so nice. It's about to meet up in the middle there. I'm definitely going to need another bit of another brew, I guess you can call it, of resin. Another mix. Wow, that looks pretty cool. And try and get it to come along these little bits here, because it seems to be just sitting. I can get it to drag it all the way around, and hopefully the next layer will sit on top of this one. Oh, I'm quite impressed with this little colouring. It's a lot darker than what I anticipated it to be. There's still some more in there. Gotta be careful where I drop it. Weird stuff. Once it actually touches another part of the resin, it really wants to flow. Now, I might just turn this board around because this table does lean that way a little bit. Not wobbling it too much. Let's see if it will run down through that way. Sort of got to coats it along a little bit. Once there's a little bit of resin there, it starts to flow quite nicely. I really like that. I might get that tape out of the way, just in case it's drawing it up, which it's not. That's good. Put that over there. Around that corner. It's got that last bit in here to go. If I can get it to flow down to there, I'll be very, very happy. I'm really just taking it easy so I don't let it go over the edges anywhere. Getting there, but what I will definitely do, oh, you can't actually see that, there you go, that's what I'm doing it down into here. What I will be doing is definitely making up another mix just to fill it right up, because it hasn't quite gone to the top level, which is okay. I'd rather do it this way, and rather than overflow it everywhere. Funny when you talk and concentrate at the same time, you probably don't even make sense. Well, oh, look at that. I'm going to drag a bit more down through this lot here. Get it to flow down. All the way down, 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 down. into here. There we go. Look at that. It flows so nicely. Well, I am quite impressed with that. Now that it's filled that bit up, let's turn it back around that way. This table leans towards the camera at the moment, just a little bit, I think. Haven't really checked that lately. Could have a level somewhere. No, look. Get the old trusty level out. Let's see what this says. Yeah, definitely a bit low that way, which is okay. As long as I know it's there, I can deal with it. So all this resin slowly travelling back down that way at the moment, but it's not far off the top, I can tell you that. While it's travelling around and still moving, I might quickly just make up another batch, as I call it, a single 5 and 3. So I'll get the hardener, which will probably move the camera a bit because that was holding the camera a little bit for me. Hardener, little trick that I found at the moment, I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, I lose a lot of resin to oxidization, so the yellowness in that one there has made that hardener not usable anymore due to the fact that there's too much oxygen or air getting into the bottle and causing oxidization. So what I do is I squeeze the bottles and get all the air out before I put the lids on, and then squeeze the lid on nice and tight just to make sure that there's no air in there to reduce the chance of oxidization with this bottle. And we're going to see if my experiment works. At the moment it's been doing really well. So 2 of them adds just a little bit extra hardener just to make sure, because that's 1.6 instead of 1.5. And then we give that a squeeze right up to the top. I'm sure when I get towards the bottom of the bottle it's going to get harder and harder, of course, but at the moment that's doing really well. Squeeze that, and then the resin, one big lot of that out of here. This is a 5mm. In goes that one. Alright. Squeeze this one as well. It doesn't happen to the resin, but I'm squeezing this one as well just in case. You never know. So put them ones there. Now, what I did is I gave that a bit of a mix just to make sure that the 2 components have a starting mix just before they get a coloration put in there, in case that does anything. Although there was a little bit of colour in there already. But you can see it's still quite clear. Now I think roughly I put 10 to 15 drops in there last time. Give that one a quick mix like that. I'm going to sit for a second and I'll just turn that around just to make sure. And start flowing down that way. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just for good measure. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really cool. The colouring goes up the side first, and then it will drop all the way back down again as I'm mixing. It adds it back in again. I don't know why. Like I say, I've never used this before, so let's see how dark that goes. As you can see, you can't see the little stirring stick through it anymore. It's got a nice darkness to it. It's like a greeny blue Sambuca colour. What would probably be really handy is like a syringe or something like that without the needle, and just be able to pump it in there. But I probably have got one up in the house somewhere. I haven't got one here though. But yeah, that colour's pretty damn nice. I like that. So that's 7 drops in there. Seems to be pretty plenty, I think. Of course, the joys. It's stirring, stirring, stirring. Making sure everything's mixed together. Alright. Let's see if we can add a little bit more to this. Put that there. Put that back on that very edge again. I'll turn it back around. And I'll start here again. Come on, drip. Off you go. Into there. You just want to disperse it around quite evenly, because although it is flowing, it doesn't flow very quickly. It is bleeding into the wood a little bit, which is something I was worried about. I probably should have sealed the wood first. It's getting into the fibres of the wood here now. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I probably should have done some proof seal on it or something like that. I did think, but then I didn't do it. I don't know why. Just got a bit excited with the colouring, I think. I'm glad I put that tape there because I've done one drip on it. Oop, that was a drip right on the board. That looks like I will be giving it a bit of a sand on the top. But that's alright. Still looks pretty damn nice, I think. I like the colour. It's still below the surface everywhere, so that's a good thing. It's a little bit proud that end now, so we'll just turn that around so it can start flowing down that way. Yeah, look at that. So hopefully this, because this is full here now, hopefully that's going to start flowing down into this lot here. I don't know if I want to push it any more than that. Maybe it's the tiniest bit in here. It's looking pretty damn nice. Now, oh, shop dog. There he goes. Now, what I might do is get some of my stirring sticks. I might even put a stirring stick down here, under this end here, like that. Get this level. Yeah, see, that's pretty level right there. That's pretty good that way. A little bit high on this side. So we can get that maneuver over that way a bit. How's that look? Oh, schmick. Schmick. So that board's sitting pretty level at the moment. Everything should just settle in there. Just a smidge below the surface in some spots. So I might just drop that little bit in there. As you can see, it doesn't take much. Yeah, let's brought that up. Now it may sink a little bit as it dries and soaks into the wood. Oh, pushing it. Get that out of the way. Very exciting video, this one. Me sitting there staring at something. I don't want to push it too far. It's a bit hollow through there. Might be able to get this whole lot in there. And there's pretty much the whole cup has gone. So that was 3 mixes. So it's going to be a 15 and 9 mix all up to fill that up. That was. Hello, Digby. Hello. Can't see him, he's right here. I don't know if I should push that any further. It is still a bit lower. So we'll put the whole lot in there. Oh, there we go. Even if I've got to run it through the thicknesser and just take that lot out to bring it down dead flat. But don't know about you guys, but I think that's pretty nice. Now if I get some resin all over that. Bit of a view of it there. My view of it. Yeah, so that's my first go at using those colours. Seem to be quite chuffed with the actual colour. We'll see how it goes, see if it sets properly. I'll have to just leave it there under the watchful eye. Cheers!